off tap, aka crossing effects, aka chosen effect. Back on the deck, getting ready to wreck the set. And don't you forget. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Always a pleasure to be rocking and rolling with all you beautiful people around the globe. Family, what's going on?
What you talking about, Willis?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to another reaction. Now, I know you guys are excited for this one because you guys have fallen in love with Angelina Jordan, just as I have. And some of you have been loving her for a long time. And I'm enjoying checking out more of her music. You guys know I've become just a very, just huge fan of what she does. I respect her work. So that being said, we're going to check out this one, Back to Black. This is a cover with KORK. It's got improvised lyrics. I like that. She's freestyling a bit on it. So without further ado, from me and all of you, let's get off tap. Can we take a moment to appreciate? I really love, just hearing the younger version of herself. Those days, she had a different style than when she, got older. What you hear now, you can hear there's a lot of growth and everything, but she's now kind of coming to her own with her own style. Back then I used to say she's got that Janice kind of feel and stuff like that. When we reacted to her initially on I Put a Spell on You and things like that. But, you can hear the growth, which is always fantastic because that means you're putting in the work. But the other thing is tackling an Amy Winehouse song. Again, these are big shoes to be wanting to freaking step into, and I absolutely love that she does this so effortlessly, especially at a young age, and it's just refreshing. I miss listening to those early versions of her performing. I really do. This has been really cool to actually discover that it's one of those earlier ones, so I'm looking forward to hearing some more. Let's keep going with it. That barefoot singing thing is a thing too, man. Sometimes you just gotta let your feet just be free, man. Sometimes being free with your feet and your toes helps you hit those notes and let all the air flow through your nose. Just get it going. I don't know. I'm a freaking. I'd walk barefoot all the time if if I could. At least when I'm inside, indoors places, I feel it's just more comfortable than having shoes on. Am I a hippie? Oh. Anyways, let's go.
Every night we come aside and I left it stars. Shame they get it so far.
By the way, I just realized I don't even know if hippies walk barefoot, so that's a crazy comment. So just ignore that because I can't confirm or deny that. Let's keep going. You know, I like having this ability to kind of be like Thanos or a time traveler, if you will. You know, I feel like just with a snap my fingers, I can go back into time and then go into the future and actually see this artist as they have come into their own, as they've progressed. And that is such a cool thing to see. I'm glad that I never knew about her back, 7, 8 years ago, how long it's been that, she first started and came onto the scene. I'm glad that now I have the ability to really appreciate freaking just jumping back and forth right now and just really seeing that in real time. For me, this is my first initial time hearing these songs. So it's kind of cool like that, Don't get me wrong, it's probably cool to watch an artist progress, but a lot of times when you're in the moment as they progress, I don't think you can appreciate the growth as much because you're just there and you don't really get to notice as much as you do when you've just for the first time hearing her at 8 or 9 or however old she was, and hear her at freaking 18 or something. You know what I mean? Like it's cool. It's like a magic power. I love it. Let's keep going.
I love you so. I left for you. I have no one but the one. I have gone away so many times just to forget about you, but I fall in love with you again. I know how to speak to you. I didn't want to be alone. I fall back to I fall back. I know how to speak to you. I didn't want to be alone. I fall back to I fall back.
One of the best things about when you are a young artist, and I speak from experience, I've been doing music for a very long time. For you guys who are new and don't know, I was a signed artist. I sing, I rap, I produce, I freaking songwrite. I do the whole nine. I do it all. And I can tell you, when I first started music, and I mean professionally at 8 and starting to perform in front of people and things like that, like it is absolutely so kind of, in some ways it's harder than when you're older. In some ways it's easier. You know what I mean? Like the ways that it's harder is that, in my case, you've got like your mom, your dad, your things like that. You don't want to let them down. You want them to be proud of you. So you're singing kind of in one sense for their admiration, and you're like, I hope they're proud of me. What did you think? That's where the biggest pressure is, probably just you wanting to do your parents proud, But in another sense, it's freeing because as a kid, you don't have the same also big freaking expectations that you give yourself and others put on you as you get older as an artist, when you start signing record deals and performing in live venues, and you start having all these obligations, and suddenly it's like you have to represent, you have to come with it. The fun factor of that youthful time where you just was carefree, it's like you were just doing your thing, it wasn't even a big deal. You're just doing something you enjoy. This is what I love doing. And it was, it's more innocence. That innocence, sometimes when you get older, that innocence becomes lost. And so in that instance, it can become a little bit more daunting. But to see her as we have, again, using the Thanos freaking ability to snap our fingers and go back and forth in time, one thing is, very clear to me, is that she's still got that innocence, that passion, that free feeling. It feels that she's just there, present in the moment. She's doing her thing. I don't think she's really concerned or worried about anything else. And that is really, really cool to be able to keep that, to not lose sight of that. A lot of times we lose sight of that innocence lost as we get older. So I really appreciate and respect her. Seeing her then still and seeing her now and still possess that, freaking, I love it. Let's keep going.
I fall back in love.
say sometimes it's also harder in a sense when you're a kid is that it depends on your relationship with music and your family's expectations of you, because if you're one of those child prodigies and your parents freaking kind of was forcing you to put in X amount of hours every single day to rehearse, to practice, to, you know, improve, and constantly it became more of, it was like work. It wasn't the fun thing where you just did what you love. It was like constantly, repetitively, and you missed out on sometimes kids playing and having fun and doing things because you had to put in the work that your parents, you know, was like, nope, you got to freaking do your piano lessons, or you got to do your vocal lessons, or you got to do this or that, you know, every single day. So it depends on your situation. Everyone's situation is different. But yeah, I just was thinking, you know, come to think of it, you know, there was times where, yeah, maybe it was like, oh man, do I have to do that today? But it depends on your relationship with music. If music's something that you're just passionate about, you was excited to do it, and then you didn't care if you were out with the other kids because this was your fun. This was your fun thing. So everyone's story is different, but I just wanted to add that little point. Let's keep going. Crazy. I was just about ready to stop it and say something. I absolutely enjoyed this, but you guys already know I was going to enjoy it because it's Angelina Jordan doing what Angelina Jordan does, and that is she fulfills her purpose. Like, she's been put on this planet to freaking make a joyful noise, and I absolutely love it. You know, she touches so many people with her music, with her vocal ability, and that is such a powerful freaking power to have, especially as a young kid growing up in the industry and being able to command audiences, to freaking win people over, in her case win judges over and stuff on the different shows that she, you know, performed on and things like that. To get the recognition from peers is such a beautiful thing. You know, I absolutely think that, you know, it's one of those type of situations where you have this desire, this fire, and sometimes it's organic where you can just absolutely freaking just do it effortlessly. It's not even a thing, right? Because for you, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, this is just who I am, and I don't even think anything of it. Whereas some people need that cultivated, and they need to absolutely have fuel added to said fire, so to speak. And those times, it feels to me that those ends up being those moments where you lack that simple passion that I think if you really feel how you feel and it is what it is, that passion is not forced. It just is. It exists. And it's not a chore. It's not an effort. It's just as easy as 1, 2, 3 for you. She presents that every single time she sings. She absolutely does that. She's been doing it from a young age. We've watched it ourselves. We've seen it ourselves. And that is a huge strength that she has. And as she continues to progress in her musical journey, those seeds, those foundations, those amazing freaking just core, you know, elements that she has built herself upon, you're going to see those continue to grow and to allow her to really once and for all reach her ultimate form. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, you watch Superman back in Smallville, you know, you watch him go through and all those, you know, little tidbits, those little pieces of the puzzle to finally get the Superman that has reached the ultimate form, the hero, the freaking icon that's worked and put in all the effort to get to that place. She's doing that. She's doing it very well. And, you know, I absolutely enjoy it. It's a pleasure. This is something that I enjoy myself doing as well. I don't always enjoy freaking every, you know, time I hear something new to the point where it leaves me wanting and craving more of many topics, not just music or whatever. Like it could be freaking food or whatever, you know. I'm very picky with certain things. Now, don't get me wrong. Fortunately for me as an artist, I have an appreciation for all music and all types and all genres and all things. So because I have that appreciation, I always manage to find something that I can, you know, grasp my, you know, hands on and go, yeah, okay, I like that. I'll take that right there, that bit right there. Yep, okay, that works for me. And I can always find something to really hone in on and go, yep, okay, mad respect for that. The production value was on point. The songwriting was on point. The freaking vocal delivery was on point. The way that they held their tone and kept everything in pitch, you know, that was on point. You know, their vibrato was on point. You know, the whole freaking performance was on point. The delivery was on point. Like there's all these different elements. I can find something always to be like, yeah, okay, mad props for that. But you know, that doesn't always mean that necessarily, you know, you're going to always find that in an artist, because there has been artists that you've listened to them and you're like, what happened to them? They used to be so good. Like they've actually gone backwards, and this could have happened to her. You know, some artists is even when as they mature and their voice changes and things, and suddenly they don't have the vocal ability or range or you know, different things that they had when they were younger. And a lot of that's really boils down to, besides the fact that, you know, you change, you know, hormonally as you get older and stuff, but it also just has a lot to do with, did you put in the hard work, the wrench time, the effort? Did you do what you needed to do to continue that growth and to allow yourself to come into your own? Because if you didn't do that, guess what? Well, that's how you end up in a situation where suddenly you're sounding like freaking alfalfa. So I appreciate Angelina Jordan. You know, I'm a huge fan. I want you guys to go over there, show her some support. The original link to her performance here is in the description. Go over there, watch it in its entirety, give her a subscribe, give her a follow, support independent artists. And guys, we'll have more Angelina Jordan coming on the channel. So if you like artists like Angelina Jordan, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next one. And as always, remember to enjoy to the fullest. Keep it off tap. I'm out.
Day to live another fairy